Welcome back. Here we go. We got a little project today. After years upon years, we got a little story for you and we got a project. But I bought the boat that I grew up fishing. Gracious enough that my dad was looking to get rid of it, and me and my buddy Rick bought this boat back. And we got a little project. We got a lot of things that we want to show you what we're going to do to it. A little small boat project, but very cool thing. 16-foot boat. I'll just show it to you. If you can see that right there. Very cool after all these years to be able to buy this thing back and be able to work on it, because my dad bought this when I was like 15 years old because I was so enamored with fishing. That's so cool of my parents to do this. My dad to buy this boat so I could go fishing, because I was an absolute fishing nut at the time. And he did that so I could fish, and this boat got used. So it's had a lot of time. We got it working about 9 or 10 years ago. Again, we got the motor going, and it's just, I think my dad said it went out twice since then. So that's 9 years. We got some work. We're going to upgrade it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to clean it out, clean up a bunch of stuff. But we'll show you, we'll keep you along for this project, what I do and what we do to upgrade this baby to make it so we can fish it in the spring and fall. We all got fancy boats now, and so we don't bring our boats out until like prime time. So we got this baby to use for me and my buddy Rick. So we'll show you that all next. We're just going to clean it out first. Oh yeah, check this baby out. That should at least get it started. Now we'll start to check electronics and whatnot. So first things first, motor's a little hard to turn. I can't remember if there's a little disc or something I gotta do, but we're just gonna put some grease in the zerks right away. Make sure those are filled up and right. Oh, grease came out right away on that one, so that one's good. And then grease came out right away on that one, so they're pretty well greased. Can't remember if there's something I gotta turn in there to make it move a little freer, but we at least know we got enough grease in there. And maybe another thing, but that's first step. And next step we got going on, hopefully the lighting's right. We got this super old graph. We got a newer HDS 9 here. This is an older one, a Gen 2, but we're gonna install that. We just gotta pull up some of these screws from here and run the wiring. Wiring for that's pretty simple. We'll get that together, and then we'll probably put the battery in here so we can make sure that's working right. I think that's the next step. Nothing too crazy on this one. We just take a Phillips head screwdriver and start unscrewing all the screws like in most of these aluminum boats. And then we have to take off the old rod holder and a few other things so we can get the board up to get underneath. Here we go. Definitely a no-no in today's electronics. What they did here, check this out. Just tying it into the light switch. That's all they did for the electronics back in the day. So we're going to cut this off for sure and run another power wire. That's like a must. This might be only an HTS 9, but you have to do something like that. So that's the next step, is taking that out, pulling all these cords and stuff out. Here we go. We're just going to get the power. We're going to get the power to this Lowrance. We're just going to run that one around. We're just going to free up some ends. So we just need to get the two ends together. So I'm just using a 10 gauge wire here. You can probably go with a smaller one, like a 12. This is just what I had laying around. A couple feet of it, just so I can run it from the battery, which is super close to where the graph is. And I connected it to the power for the Lowrance, and now I'm just using some heat shrink tubing to clean it up, get it a little more waterproof, because I don't really want to have to take everything out to get back into this compartment. And we're ready for the next step. So I thought I could just run it where the old wires came through, but it's super small, super sealed. They must have sealed everything around it. So I play with that for a while and realize it's not going to work, and I come up with the plan that I'm just going to run it up the side and run it underneath. And I'm not going to be able to, it's not going to be quite as clean, but after messing with this for quite a while, I get pretty frustrated and realize that that's the easiest way to go, and I keep on moving. Here we go. I'm just going to put this new transducer on there, just the old skimmer Lowrance. We're going to see if it actually fits on that mount, so we don't got to drill any more holes. We'll see if we can rig up something so we don't got to drill too many more holes. So that's next. We can get this Lowrance skimmer unit on. Unfortunately that didn't work, so we're going to have to pull these screws out. Not really what I wanted to do, but I think we'll pull them out. We'll put some more sealant in there. Kind of got to do something since there's no hole in the boat right there where it was. So we're just going to take the screws out. We'll put sealant back in there. We'll put the Lowrance graph in there. Oh, that took a little bit of work. Dang. Clean this up with all the sealant that they put on here. Just a bunch. There you go. Like that, we got that rigged up. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. We got that rigged up all nice and neat. It's actually really easy to get this board. It was actually really easy to pull the board off right there for the Lund. Super easy getting that off. The hardest part is that if you see it's filled with this foam. So that was hard to get all the wires in there. I ended up just running, since this cord's way bigger than the other one, we ran the transducer right there. We kept the hole that was already here. And then there's one little slot right there, that we were going to run the power, we'll run it back to the battery here. We're gonna keep the old 24 battery for now. We're gonna have to upgrade that up to a 27 at least AGM. But we got to start somewhere. We'll kind of run some of the wires, and we should hopefully be done with this transducer. Hopefully she turns on and whatnot, and that's the first step. Second step, third step, wherever we're at. Next step, one of the trailer lights was out, and so we're gonna have to replace that with this new LED one. This isn't so bad. So first step, there's just like 2 bolts in there. Unscrew those, get the ground wire off there, and then you can snip the old ends of the lights enough so you can get the next one on. And you just grab the next one, put the 2 bolts on. Not so bad. Make sure you have some water resistant heat shrinking, since the trailer's always going in the water. You want to make sure nobody wants to mess with trailer lights, so take the time, use the lighter and seal those up really good. Keep that nice and clean, because messing with trailer lights never fun. But this isn't such a bad step, but got to make sure you got the right trailer lights and everything's working. And now the truth, we got that light in. It actually wasn't going, the blinker wasn't going before, but let's see if we got it right. Got lights there. We got that light is working. And that one, the new LED. Not showing it too well. We got that baby going. Look at that. Lights are going. Yeah, baby, on that. Let's see if the blinkers are going. Hazard 1. Ooh. And that hazard is working as well. That one wasn't working before, so that's really good to see. Woof. We are set. Next step is to take this old trolling motor off. Rick's got a different trolling motor there. Just a couple screws on the side plates, a couple screws underneath. Shouldn't be too hard, hopefully. So we got that off. We got the sides back on. I'm just going to take it off now. And so the bracket, that's the old Minn Kota bracket, so you can take the quick release off, easy on and off. That's what Rick had for his motor. Exact same holes, so we're going to see how the old motor fits on. Using this bracket, we'll tighten it down, and we'll show you that next. There we go, we got the plate on. Let's try to get the trolling motor on. There we go. Perfect. And there you go. That's just the first step. That was about 4 hours worth of work getting it into this baby. But we got the trolling motor on as we showed. Thanks, Rick. That's just a used one with that plate. Just 4 screws, actually the same. You know, it's kind of the good thing about using the same manufacturer, that they're all Minn Kota. So we got that baby on there. The battery that we got for the starting motor is completely done, so we can't check the graph. We're actually gonna have to put a fuse in line, which we didn't do before. So we're gonna have to put a fuse. That we got that transducer down there, the graph down there. And that's the start of what we got going on. We're gonna vacuum out that little cubby hole in the front of the boat, and we're gonna call it a day for now. So, well, there you go. We just got that battery. Just a 27. We just cheapened out. We went with the lead, but we turned her over quick. The motor's at least got power to it, so probably gonna go over to the lake next and see if she runs. What a great project. So happy this baby's running. I actually got to use it a couple more times and she ran great. Everything was working great. So fun project. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.